be contained somewhat. He can't blow up as much as he usually does. It's a map where you can contain the AWPers with the smokes. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're getting ready to start. You've been amazing all week. Let's finish the day off in style. Let's get ready. Your final game
Hang on, Henry. We really got to get Liquid going.
Okay, what have you got planned for us? Oh God, he's thrown it in. They caught it. It made it to the crowd. It made it there. It was a good shot.
It was all right.
It was
Unfortunately,
nice.
I see some Astralis jerseys down there, but that's fine. That's fine. They're going to convert as well.
Let's go to game. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Team Liquid versus Astralis. This is going to be epic. Let's see who comes out on top in the pistol round. It will be Astralis starting on the T side here. Zipex and Glaive with the smokes. It looks like an upper rush is coming through. Twist is ready with the CZ, and he'll be taken down as Astralis kick down the doors of the A bomb site. It's up to Ali to try and deny the plant, but it's already been planted. That's going to be it. 4 versus 3 now. The retake begins with no kits.
High ground reveals headshot. He can control the peak, but Dupree, as you say, already staring this down. Taco can trade off of it. Working together. He's going to go aggressively. Pulls the aggro. Elise tries to fire back, but it's Olmages. It's Astralis, and it's 1-0 on the T side.
A simple upper rush there, that's all it takes, and you can see they had to CZ. They were preempting that play from Astralis, but taken down by the Glocks as they came through. Device and Dupree getting it done, that double D combo, and Mages to clear out the bomb side there. Great stuff. Flying start for Astralis, exactly what you need on the T side of Nuke. Very difficult map to actually pick up T rounds.
Don't forget as well, this major, there's so much on offer, but you can find out more. FACEITmajor.com/premium pass. These games have the overmap, the mini-map, I suppose you could call it, the radar, available for free, but all the player POVs as well. Check it out because you want to watch the infrastructure of these two teams play. This is a brawl on these maps, but some incredibly tactical Counter-Strike nonetheless.
There is the force by now from Team Liquid here. CZ, Steagles, and Nitro scouts. Taco takes a nade to the face. There goes down to 28 HP. And at this point, Astralis playing this perfectly. They've been known for their HE usage for the last few months, and that is brilliant from them. Elige has a chance at the headshot with the Desert Eagle. Doesn't connect it, has to fall back. And at this point, Astralis will have over a minute on the clock. They have the 5 versus 4. They're waiting for any sort of reaction. They've got a kill towards ramp. They're just thinking they can probe out towards outside now. They've got that rifle and the Galil as well, to be fair. It's Mages with the AK-47. Smokes outside, don't necessarily have to use them. They're trying to pull a player towards lower. They might even just commit towards upper here with a couple of skylight flashes, something like that. And Glaive alone outside. He's just sending whatever he can towards this direction. He's got the SMG. Elige will take him down. Great shot. He picks up the UMP, but like I said, it's a bit of a fake as they head towards upper.
A bit frustrating for Glaive as well because he was checking that angle. You could see it, but Elige's perfect placement. Twist is also, speaking of perfect placement, above and on the hot. Bomb goes down temporarily. There's an AK there, but he thinks he's going to be under attack. He rotates in behind. Squeaky door now becomes a threat for Zipex. And remember, that UMP was outside. They cut off Elige. That's going to save them a bit of time, but Twist through the door. Zipex in the face. Nitro with the headshot. Liquid pull it back. It's 1-1. And CT side, that is a huge gift.
It's Elige that finds the ruse towards the secret steps there. He gets the opening kill, funnels them towards upper, and that's exactly what Liquid needed. Look at Twist. It was a little bit disjointed by Astralis. They threw all the flashbangs in, but then they go in after the flashbangs have gone. It didn't make sense to me. You want to be going in as those flashbangs are popping off and punishing the fact that these players are in exposed positions. They didn't check the top of the hut, and Twist runs away with the round. Fantastic movement to get towards the lobby, go for the backstab, and we go into the next round here, number 3, the force by in response from Astralis. It's a lot more difficult to make these rounds work on the T side. Nitro trying to connect with the head there. It's going to be Elige that strikes first. 5 versus 4 now. Elige doesn't have to overcommit to these challenges. All they have to do is play off this advantage. Outside is not a bomb site. Funnel them towards upper. Deploy your utility. And we'll see whether they can get anything done here. Astralis with 1 smoke, 1 flashbang. Glaive and Mages already tagged up. I don't think they get this bomb down now. I don't see a world where it even gets close.
Nitro still holding outside with the smokes down. Scout trying to find the accurate shots. Knows that there's a chance they wrap around through big garage. The sooner that they can get outside control, faster they get toward heaven. Glaive, perfect position on the deagle yet again. Second round in a row, we've seen the hand cannon be a massive factor. Taco pulled back off the ramp, however, won't allow them at least toward the ladder. They could still go up toward the AC unit as Dupree backpedals. Zipex starts to probe the stairs. This will give them control. This will give them map space. But 48 seconds to work with. You're right, it's about the bomb plant, if anything. With this much money invested by Astralis, it's going to give Liquid basically a 3-1 and early momentum on the CT side.
They're heading towards lower, but the positioning is so idyllic here from Team Liquid. You can see Glaive challenging towards outside. Taco doesn't have to take that duel. A lot of players tagged up on the CT side as well. Smoke down to try and get the plant in. Elige can spam them, but he could struggle here. Zipex doing his best to get that bomb down. It actually happens here, Matt. This just got interesting.
I don't think Elige wanted to commit. He wasn't sure it was at double doors. You're right. This bomb down changes everything, and Zipex, he'll hold off. That's too free. Crossfire set. That new tunnel through from the back alley has allowed him to get the vision toward the bottom of the ladder. There's no entry point. It's so hard to retake the bottom site. Elige, he might be inside and have some ground to walk on, but he has no kit. He's against 3, one of which is Zipex with head armor. Good placement to find Glaive, but Dupree knows exactly where he's gone. They'll position accordingly. Decontamination a factor, but Dupree's got the shot instead.
Amazing stuff there from Astralis. I didn't think they stood a chance with Leeds positioning towards lower. It should have been a foregone conclusion, but the smoke down, the plant happens. All of a sudden, the round turns on its head. It's Glaive, who's been fantastic in 2018. And like you said, those vents are very difficult to negate at this point. There's no entrance to the site itself. You have to go through the backtracks and meet the Astralis players waiting there with their deadly hand cannons. The Desert Eagle has been a calling card of Astralis for some time now, especially in the hands of Dupree and Glaive.
And seemingly a calling card of this series. That's 2 rounds in a row that it has been a massive factor. Dupree gets a kill with it that time. Remember, go back before that, Elige got one outside. So it's back in Astralis' court by which we will play from as they take guns, they take smoke and utility and head toward once again that secret position. It's Glaive who will be probing it. They again will use that to try and get map control, but not to fully commit at this point. Remember, and unsurprisingly, Liquid is also fully bought into this. So we're in a similar situation in reverse.
I love it when this happens. You call it the war of attrition. Who will break serve first? Who will lose their force buy and have to take the full eco? It should be Liquid at this point, but what we've seen so far, the skill level on the server is just off the scales right now. So hungry for the grand final. Na'Vi are waiting for either of these teams on the other side. Could be both. We'll see what happens because Liquid are looking sharp today. UMP, that's Scouts. And for now, Device setting up the outside smokes. They tried the fake before. Actually going to be smoking towards ladder, but looks of things. So this will go towards Heaven. Glaive has successfully made his way down towards Secret this time. No one dig to the face from Elige. Commitment presumably coming in soon, but actually to head towards ramp. No one's watching the lobby whatsoever. An absolute nightmare of a start here for Astralis as Liquid take the man advantage once again.
Twist is looking like he wants to be super aggressive toward that hot position, so despite that they're going ramp, keep in mind in lower they've got 2 players on rotation already. Taco's been down there for a while toward decontamination room, and supporting him now is Elige again with that deagle. Crossfire held. They'll give up the front side of the site. They're not worried about ramp at this point. They know there's more to this. They know that those smokes outside meant Glaive was in that position, but now the Molotov makes it extremely difficult to get back toward the door, and maybe a normal round for the first time all game as Astralis start to clean up.
They really do. It was looking a little bit dicey at one point, but Astralis, you mentioned it before, once you get close to the bomb site, lower now is incredibly difficult to retake. Unless you have presence there and you're waiting for Astralis, it's unlikely you're going to win it with just a Desert Eagles and a Scouts. Nitro have no choice but to hold on to the lesser of the sniper rifles here. It's 4 players surviving for Astralis, and this is the nightmare scenario now, Matt. Sure, you won the force buy in the second round, but then you lost the subsequent round to Deagles. You're going to have to take a full eco after this one. You're already 3-1 down. This could get out of control. It's a CT-sided map, and these force buys can cost you a lot. So Nitro with a Scout, that's not going to be round changing next round. He may be able to do a little bit of damage, set up for some P250 kills, but I don't think he'll be winning it off that particular weapon. Astralis a lot healthier now financially. 3-1 on the T side of Nuke. Has to be the full eco for Liquid. No timeout required, really. Can't really do much of this. I guess you could take an HE grenade each, a P250 nade outside, and hopefully Nitro will do some damage on the follow-up.
That's something to note as well, not so much from the Liquid perspective, but speaking of HEs, Astralis has really shown class with them over the last, I'd say, 2 months.
Yes.
Sort of meta redefining. Even in this event, we've seen some stack plays, most notably on Inferno, which obviously not in this series, but I'm sure they still have a few tricks up their sleeve.
I'm sure they do, and Glaive will be flashing, smoking towards main entrance. The upper rush, ladies and gentlemen, but Twist once again finds yet another frag. He's got the AK-47. He could do work here, but Glaive will take him down. This is still tense, though, as Astralis have left Glaive isolated on the bomb site. It starts to calm down. Elige stuck in the vent, only got that silence USP. That should be the round at this point, but Nitro is still alive with the Scouts.
Yeah, Taco could not find an angle on Glaive, despite that he was distracted looking for Twist. That was their best chance for further trades, and maybe to try and re-grab that AK and use it to their advantage. Instead, it now goes 4-on-2, bomb planted once more. Nitro still has the armor. Naf wants to sneak around and see if he can get a gun for himself, as we'll finally head into a round where Liquid will be able to purchase, but they're going to be limited. Again, CT side, you mentioned it. Kits, utility, it's so difficult to hold on to any of it. Now the good news is it's nuke. It's more likely you can hold off sites with firepower, and retakes are difficult anyway.
You can even bring out the auto shotgun, man. It's a nuke special. We might see Team Liquid bring that out for a bit of fun. They're going to save the scout by the looks of things. That's not really ideal for the first gun round, but some of these players can do unspeakable things with that particular weapon. It really has shone brightly here at this major. Naf looking to protect Nitro potentially. He will have a look. He's going towards lobby and should be taken down at this point. So Zipex will keep his AK. 4 players survive once again. Astralis have established themselves on the T set now. They've got a couple of rounds in the bag with the money they've got reserved. Everyone hovering around $6,000 at this point. Liquid anything but. They've got 4 M4s. Nitro with that safe scout. He has got 4,300 residual cash. They have no kits right now. Surely Nitro is going to purchase one. Come on, Nitro, don't do this to me. Get the kit.
Yeah, okay,
there it is. Last second kit is purchased.
Left you on the edge of your seat, Henry.
Yeah, that really was required. But here we go. Round number 6 here. Astralis know they have a huge advantage. Device trying to capitalize upon that. Goes towards the squeaky door. Had the decent spawn. You can look towards Garage from that angle. No one there to challenge him. I can't imagine Nitro will be taking many duels out here. We'll be looking for them to cross towards Secret. Indeed, from this sort of position, like the air conditioning units, hoping to get information, or at least tell his teammates when they start heading towards the secret steps. Taco alone in the ramp, which is quite standard. And Nitro now, he's got players encroaching on his position. He needs to be very careful. He needs a headshot in a one-on-one duel at this range.
Dupree, he knows exactly where he is. He's heard the noise, gets himself in a perfect angle of which there's no defending from Nitro. Outside lost, so too potentially Heaven. This brings, as you say, Taco playing alone at ramp into a position where he has to rotate, but look at the damage. And they know it. Zipex is going to sneak in. There's no way Taco gets away alive. Liege does manage to get one back on Glaive to leave Liquid in contention, but they've lost so much map control, and once again they have to rotate early, at which time the bomb is not yet committed. Keep in mind, this is split minimap. You can see it. It's still up toward lobby, not to be confused.
This is excellent from Astralis. Still with 45 seconds, they've brought all the CTs down towards lower. Magis continues to apply the pressure here, taking down one of the key members, Twists. 4 versus 2. Alicia and Nafly up against the world right now. Magis will be dropped, but still so much work to be done here. As they attempt the plant, Nafly is finding space to maneuver with.
That's huge. Thank you. Gets the bomb toward the site, does Dupree's running in, Device runs it in, but Alicia has the doorway punched out. Device now has an off to hold off. Finds the burst so quickly, but he's not ready for Elise to be that close.
Astralis floundering a little bit there. They had plenty of time. They committed towards lower, but Alige and Nap get it done in the 2 versus 4. Now that does sound great, which it is, but unfortunately now Team Liquid, after losing 4 players and having a really low buy previously, they're going to struggle in the next round.
The one saving grace in that is not only the op carried over, but that Nitro stayed on the scout, which left him a little bit more money. So they will be able to drop out a much healthier buy than otherwise would be the case. But you're right, you're already seeing it. Taco's left to go to an MP9 in order to bring out utility. Nap's got a kit. Nitro's going to grab one as well. The bigger call comes from Twist,
there it is.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the auto shotgun has entered the arena. This is always a lot of fun. Twists. He's got great mechanical movement skills here. It is a weapon that's viable on the upper bomb side, but as soon as the bomb goes down towards lower, that's when it becomes a bit of a nightmare. Rotating around and trying to use that at any range, but right down their throat, they're going to struggle. So I'm interested to see what he's got planned for it. It is a tactical timeout. We resume play now. Like we said, Device will be back on the AWP. Astralis with a nice healthy buy, a little bit of cash left over, about $1,000 per player. If they can break Team Liquid here, that's a double eco situation. But Nitro now with the first AWP on the CT side, I think that's going to be such a key battle here. Nitro for me is a little bit streaky as an AWPer, sometimes brilliant, sometimes very average. We'll see which player turns up today.
Keep in mind as well, they do at least have Naf, who used to be a solid secondary AWPer, so there's some options there if that becomes a problem. But you're right, going against Device, you would favor him, but you might favor Elige's position right now outside. Device is going to back off, they'll be aware of it. Taco, P9 gets close, gets menacing, gets one. It's Magis to get the trade back, however, and once again, ramp is open, and you mentioned it as well. Bomb down in the lower site. Twists has to rotate perfectly with that shotgun and be ahead of the play. It's so difficult to retake and support your teammates with it. Naf managed to do extremely good work from decontamination last round. This time, he's already backed off from the vents, and the bomb plant once more for Astralis.
Now, considering the financial situation, they might even consider a save at this point. We've already talked about how difficult it is to retake this site. I don't think they're going for it necessarily. they are going to at least explore towards Decon here and see what's available to them. This could be very dicey indeed. Luckily, Astralis with almost no utility.
3 kits. That's the convincing factor. Shotgun is down there. Twist will take the run first. We just already has one. Twist jumps over. Shotgun can't do it. Straight lineup, and it suddenly all comes to Nitro. He has the op, and he realizes he has to get away. Barely gets around the corner. Sticks to the pistol, but that's not enough against Zipix, and it's 5-2.
I really think, considering the save there, the fact of the matter is, man, now they're double eco. They are fully reset. This is a nightmare. If you do this call the save then, and instead, let's keep the 4 weapons up. They've got lower, but it's unlikely we win this one. I feel like that's the more educated decision at that point, but Mages, you can't really say anything wrong about that. That was fantastic. Looking towards Decon, spraying them down from the window position. Down towards lower once again. It's where a lot of teams focus now. It's so powerful if you can get that plant, and that's why we're seeing a little bit more back up towards the ramp from these days, because a solo player like Taco there with the MP9, you punish him, you're going to get down lower quickly. A force buy from Liquid though. It's all on the line, ladies and gentlemen. MP9s, CZs, and a FAMAS lose this round. I'm not sure what kind of landside score Astralis could find in the first half.
T-side as well, that's huge. You're right. I mean, this just starts to crumble very quickly if you're on the Liquid side. Keep in mind as well, with the finals at stake, it would be Magisk's first final, despite that Astralis did win, as they mentioned on the desk last year in Atlanta, because he replaced Kjærby, who was the MVP for Astralis when they won.
That's a good point.
On the other side of it as well, this will be Zeus's 4th final, and as far as I can tell, he and Olaf are the only 2 to appear in the finals that frequently. Olaf's won 3, Zeus has won 1 with Gambit. Rotation from Elige, the only rifle, the only range. Nitro's already downstairs, Taco as well. Movement mechanics nearly evaded the aim from Glaive, but he couldn't make do on the MP9, and Nortsu can nap as he jumps back around the corner. It's Twist and Elige.
They've really sabotaged their own finances here. Liquid still have a chance though. Elige out of nowhere. It's now a 2 versus 1, and Twist is certainly capable of winning these sort of rounds. Bomb will be planted, but he is so aggressive there. He might not even find this kill. He's got to reload though. It's all falling apart. Twist isolated in the corner, still making this work. This will be absolutely fantastic. He pulls this one off. Oh my God, he's done it!
A twist indeed, because Liquid are going to pick up a round they had no business winning. And by doing so, they bring the money back in their favor, or at least a little bit. They've got work to do still to break Astralis, but it gives them a lifeline, because you just said it, Henry. This round was, and this half was starting to fall apart.
That's insane. Elige set up the foundations. Twist even ran out of ammo there, Matt, with the AK-47. He's stuck in this corner. There's no way he should be winning this round. It's the CZ. It had 1 bullet left in him, Matt. 1 bullet in the CZ. And he wins the round. That's disgusting. Oh my God. Astralis, they're going to be gutted of that one. And Liquid are going to be more fired up than ever. The AWP out once again. The UMP, the FAMAS. It's still not perfect for them, but Twists is playing out of his mind. 1 bullet in the CZ to pull off a clutch in a 2 versus 1.
7 kills for Twist, 10 for Elige. The other, so that's 17 to do the math, but the other 3 on Liquid combined for 5. It is time for Nitro, Taco, and Naf to arrive. Naf especially, since such a dominant player over the last few months. Zeus behind Liquid. He's no stranger to winning majors. He'll certainly be able to guide. So too with Taco, obviously, their success with SK, but he'll be able to guide Liquid with a bit of experience in these situations. Keep their nerves under control. Molotov already down on top of Hut. Zipix makes the run for it. Smoke down, gets vents. It's the first time they've gone for a vent dive. And there was no contest, no spamming to try and hold him off from it. So naturally they head towards Secret as well, and will take over the lower bomb site.
Can you see how much they're focusing towards lower at this point? Taco's having nothing to do with ramp. He knows he needs to be down there to defend and stop the early plant coming through. Astralis are getting closer and closer towards the bomb site now. Taco isolated, needs backup as soon as possible. He holds behind the silo. FAMAS in hand, it's really not ideal. His teammates starting to come through, but he's taking damage. A nice wombo combo there to take him down. The wallbang from Deco, and it will be Elige staying alive, but not for long. 4 versus 3 now. The retake begins, and Nitro on the AWP really isn't ideal in this situation.
Too long in this spray, got caught retreating. Nitro wants that same shot back toward Glaive, back toward decontamination, but a little bit closer than The Op is able to see the bomb will get planted, and look at the position for Glaive. Great shot, Nitro, but Glaive just has to wait for his entry. It's the advantage to Liquid in manpower, and the trade needs to be perfect. Look how close they are, because that's going to be a lineup. Glaive gets one, only one. That actually benefits Liquid because they're able to walk back in and set their aim, but it comes to a one-on-one. Naf versus Xyp9x. M4 in hand, one smoke to work with. There's a kit inside of the site, but he's got to find that, and Xyp9x, he could play the sound. He could sit this back. Smoke goes on it. Oh, the kid, he's going to have to try and play this. 10 seconds, has to take the fight, and Xyp9x got it instead.
Well, there we go, another clutch on the lower bomb side. This is really interesting. It keeps ending up down there in such close situations. Astralis are taking the lion's share of the initial kills, with Elige fighting back with Twist once again. And Naf, if he had a kit here, Matt might have had a chance, but I don't think he did. Touches the bomb, drops the smoke on top, but Xyp9x so calm, famously, in those sort of situations. And it goes 6-3 in favor of the Danes here. It looks like another force buy from Team Liquid. I would usually say there's no chance at this point. Surely they're going to break, but the way Twist is playing right now, anything is possible as Device goes quickly towards the ramp, and he doesn't push further than the smoke. I thought he was going to go in solo. That could have been an absolute nightmare for them. Taco alone there with the Desert Eagle, and Glaive once again has already made it to secret, but look at the noise. Guaranteed kill here. Almost fell, but Elige will be dropped first.
Dupree waiting for Twist. He's gone hunting in lobby a number of times, and pretty straightforward affair as he emerges through the smoke. Again, Taco playing solo. He's yet to drop this time, but you've definitely touched on it. Lower, 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 as Astralis have found multiple ways to exploit that position by either taking outside, they've gone ramp, they've gone toward the vent dive.
Do you know what the interesting thing is now? They're going to wait for Liquid to take a timeout and start readdressing that issue. As soon as that timeout comes in, they're rushing upper. I can guarantee you that now. The mind games have begun. You've made such noise down toward that lower bomb site. You go in there consistently, you wait for them to get their money stable, then you're chucking in an upper rush. That's, for me, going to be the dream call for them. As Nitro almost gets a kill. Naf certainly does. Looking for a second now with the Desert Eagle. Doesn't look like they can actually pull this one off. It's another 4 versus 2, but I'm speaking too soon once again. Nafly and Twist are playing out of their minds as another frag comes in. How does this keep happening? This is absolutely unreal.
29 seconds. If they can just keep them off the bomb plant, that Molotov certainly helps. It may have worked out in their favor. AK picked up for Naf. He's starting finally to get some kills. 2 in this round, 4 total. He's got the AK and he swings but can't spot Magis. Trying to buy time as well for his teammate Taco to rotate all the way around. They know he fell off of heaven with that Molotov, so naturally Glaive is looking in that direction. Sprayed through. Naf knew he was falling back. He got the call, but Magiska's yet to be revealed. He'll sit and wait for the entry. They can trade this, but Magisk, he might get a lineup if they're not careful. Taco walks out. He's got time to isolate. Naf slides in, and Liquid again on the force. They're going to pull back around.
This is unreal. This is the game we wanted, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth. Liquid refuse to give in.
That's tight, but they just barely get it.
Unbelievable scenes. Another 4 versus 2. Desert Eagles against a fully equipped Astralis there, and it's Nafly outside getting the job done, working in tandem with Taco there. This is brilliant Counter-Strike right now. Both teams going above and beyond. The strategies are there from Astralis. They've got a great read on Liquid, but the individual skill is carrying the North Americans through this. 6-4, still a lot of work to do, but finally they've broken the bank balance of Astralis. You can see finally it's them. They've got 2 AKs now on the pistols. They are fully invested here and going to see whether they want to change the pace. I predict it maybe change to upper at this point, considering he's shown such a strong hand towards lower. Smokes deployed, they just open things up, and indeed a fast play towards the upper bomb site. Exactly what you want to do as they start to adjust.
And you could see Twist had no idea that was going to happen so soon. He was already staring at the wall waiting for flashes, and they elected not for the utility. Oh my goodness, Glaive. As Taco tries to slide out, that is exactly what you called. Change the pace, change the play, and don't let Liquid settle, because as you said, they just got control of the money. They had to pull this half back in their favor on the CT side. Elige certainly giving it a go.
No way, not
but
again.
A 1 versus 5? That seems to be a big ask. Does fail in the third. Glaive will put him down 7-4. Suffocating Liquid in every opportunity that they get.
This has been brilliant to watch so far, but I think Liquid will have to take the full eco at this point.
Liquid is yet to win. Okay, I shouldn't say yet to win. They've won one gun round.
Sure.
3 of their rounds. The second round overall. Eco against the pistol when they lost. Then they get 2 defuses, twist with the bullets, and then the Deagles last round. They've yet to really be convincing.
That gun round they won, we have a scout and a FAMAS. They haven't won around fully equipped yet, you know, with the orbs out, the utility, the fuse kits, and I can't believe I'm saying this. They're force buying again. Desert Eagle CZ. It looks like another upper rush is coming through. Astralis looking to put their foot on the throat as Twist has been so good in this hunt. Can he find another opening frag? Not this time, but Napfi still delivering Deagle headshots. He's holding it towards heaven right now. Nades coming through, but it looks like Astralis should be able to get the bomb down with that Molotov established towards the top of the ladder.
Seemed like a bit of a miscue as well. Twist wanted to get aggressive, but Elige was not watching Squeaky because he was smoked off, so it was all too easy for them to walk around behind Twist. And they'll save what little they have, or at least try to. So far, no one hunting on the Astralis side. There's really not much reason to do so for them.
Well, they're going to have to save the little they have. 2 Deagles, the CZ in the hands of Nitro. We'll look at the frag charts while we're here to check in. It should be, for me, Twist and Nap at the top. It's actually Elige, 13 and 11 for himself at the very top of Team Liquid. It's going to be Twist beneath on 9, top of Astralis, Zipex and Mages, both rocking 12 kills. This has been an electric back and forth affair so far. Not normally something you'd associate with Nuke. It's normally a one-sided CT battle than the T's. We'll have to try and get a few rounds in there, but Astralis are running away with this now. We've had some great, exciting comebacks from Liquid, but the scoreline still sits at 8-4 in favor of the terrorists. This is an extremely CT-sided map. Liquid have got their work cut out for them now. They did save with 2 players alive there, I believe. So Nitro and Nap will have the Deagles and the CZs brought over from the previous, but the other guys are going to have to take an eco at this point.
So finally, we'll get some rest perhaps in this match. What an affair so far, and I have a feeling this whole series will be that way considering what we saw in the map pool. Barrage, Dust 2 if required. There's a smoke missing, but there's also weapons missing to fire back against them, to be fair. So Glaive has little to worry about as he tries to get towards Secret, and Will Naf playing back in the big garage is holding to make sure that they don't wrap toward Annex.
Power in numbers, fair from Astralis. You can see them all sticking together. The Wolfpack enters the lower bomb site once again. CT's waiting for them though. Need to be very careful. They don't want stealth here, they just want efficiency. Use the grenades, let yourself be known, push those CTs back. They don't necessarily have to commit towards lower as well. They could fall back, I guess, if they really wanted to. It looks like the commitment will come through. Flashbang is absolutely perfect, or is it? How is Taco finding kills here? This could fall apart. Nitro only good for 1, which leaves us in the 3-on-3.
1 plus a dink, though, keep in mind. He's left Dupree on 4 HP, which now allows Twist to grab him and the AK and the bomb. It's down behind him. He could try and hold this position. He knows he has a lot to worry about, different angles to play off of, and doesn't want to overcommit to the battle with Zipex. Information will do, because they still have a player on rotation trying to get towards Secret as Zipex takes the comfort for now. He can hold back, fall off of it.
We've got 2 of the most cerebral players in the game right now, Glaive and Zipex, trying to work together. Zipex is coming in on the back lines. Great shot by him to take down Elige. He knows the bomb will be watched, but Nafly, the perfect maneuver map. This could be everything. 2 versus 1 should be the kill, but Naf misses it. 20 seconds remain, and Zipex has got a lifeline.
He wanted to guarantee it. He wanted the headshot. He lets him get to the vent, and he swings back around. Door open, bomb grab, but it is 12 seconds. They'll play this together. They want to trade it, but Naf, he gets caught out. Zipex now has a chance, but Twist has other ideas, and it's Liquid again on a force buy.
Oh my god. That wasn't even the force buy. Those are the 2 saved Deagles from previous and 3 eco players.
I can't keep up anymore.
It's insane. I can't believe these rounds are happening, but this is what it's all about. This is when you know 2 titans of Counter-Strike are locking horns on the server right now. Liquid refuse to give in. This should be a landslide at this point from Astralis. They've got a convincing score, but Liquid somehow keeping themselves in the game here. Twist to finish things off once again. And we'll take a tactical timeout, a chance for us all to catch our breath. This has been a very exciting start to this best of 3.
And naturally on the other side, getting this late in the half, seeing how force buys have been successful for Team Liquid. Astralis sort of do the same. 3 AKs plus a rifle and the Galil, but device limited. He's on, there's got to be a gun down for him surely. Can't quite see it on my screen. Maybe not, maybe he is going to run the Deagle.
Might have to at this point. Liquid with the AK-47, the AWP.
There should be 6,800 from Dupree. Did he drop? He must have dropped. No, he didn't. There's no way he dropped
maybe.
2, so there must be an opt-down somewhere based on the money spent.
No, he gets him to drop 2 AKs.
He did. He did drop 2 AK.
With the Desert Eagle, he'll be deploying the smokes outside. What have they got next? Already enough rounds picked up by Astralis, but Liquid still keeping the game convincing here. You can see.
Naps in trouble because they've gone over top. They weren't ready for it this time. The speed outside, it's a change of play. Elysia's position catches them off, though. That's the first time he's had that position on NX when they've actually gone in that direction.
Very, very fast approach here from Astralis, but Elige holds strong towards the garage. The double spray down comes through, and Glaive somehow sneaks up towards Upper. No CT present apart from Twist. Waiting on the other side will take him down, and this is looking like another convincing Liquid win here. Dupree and Device now. It's their turn to have a go in the 4-on-2.
Worked out so beautifully that they were able to trade that off, and Elysia's now taken over the main entrance position instead. That lack of window at the hut. Naf was hoping to get lucky spraying through it. Smoke goes down towards Squeaky. Device, he'll hold outside. Dupree's going to try and wrap around. They might be able to open up the map if they could find at least one isolating kill. The problem with that being, Bomb is still down toward lobby. So it's a long way back with 48 seconds to try and get toward that Taco. He's looking ladder. His aim well and truly down toward the floor. Dupree isn't yet to swing onto him. Patience to pay off, perhaps, as Taco gets position. Dupree falls. Device is, again, nowhere near the bomb yet. He's got to run back through Squeaky, it seems. At least that's his intended path. Spots Twist in the back of the site, but no idea. Lige was close. Liquid, back-to-back rounds.
Looking a lot more convincing now. They should be able to pick up a 7th as well, considering that was a difficult force fight for Astralis. They're left with $2,000 per player. Zipek's the only exception with 3,600. But look at this. No one thinking about the garage. They thought it would be Claire, and Elige playing out of his mind right now. He's saved him so many times. He hasn't had the clutch moments, but he's been coming in with the frags to actually foundations to allow his star players to step up and close it out. CZ's across the board for Astralis. To me, that sounds like maybe a ramp rush. Get stuck in close range. We'll see whether they're that way inclined.
Maybe Upper, though, with the flashes through window. Glaive went up there to throw them. They're already out the door at hut. Twist has elected to back off, probably smartly so. Fast bomb plant might be on the cards. They're not really comfortable as of yet to their positioning, but a Molotov thrown out toward main entrance means no entry. Twist doesn't need to peek this. He should wait and let his teammates get in position. There's no need to go down early, especially if he's at the lip. If that AK falls inside of the site, that's a problem.
Nice late smoke as well. Allows them to go for a boost here. They know they've got at least 15 seconds now before the CTs can really push through it unless they get a flash. And Dupree, this is such a prime position. I'm not sure they'll be expecting this. He didn't throw the flash. That could cost him. He sits in the corner. They have no idea. He's surely not going to get more than one. Trying his best to stay alive. Even the knife comes down now. The retake looking successful, but we're so back and forth here.
But just got 2. That gives Glaive a chance. They get on the defuse immediately. He's going to try and hold it. The swing. Glaive down. He almost gets the second. Glaive gets Nap onto 34. Gets back off of it. Nap. He's trying to pull him out of the smoke, and Glaive, I don't think he had any ammo left, but he's got the round. There's no time. Astralis goes 9-6 to close the half.
That's got to be one of the most exciting halves in major history. Oh my goodness. The back and forth force buys. It was difficult to keep up, but who was winning the game? Astralis, they get 9 rounds, but Liquid, I'm not even sure they were worth 6. So many rounds with the Deagles successfully working out for them. That insane round with Twist as well. 2 versus 1. 1 bullet left in the CZ. This is warming up quite nicely. We said this could be the game of the tournament. Certainly looking that way. We get into the second half now. Of course, Liquid on the terrorist forces. We'll see what buy they go with. You can normally work out where they'll be heading. One smoke and an HE and a flashback.
Just to point out that half as well, when was the last time you saw, especially on Nuke, but the CTs lose a half and no one won more than 3 rounds in a row?
Yeah.
Normally the momentum is what kills the CTs.
Yep.
The most rounds won in succession by either team was Astralis got 3 from rounds 3 to 5.
Oh, here we go, fast towards outside. Device has spotted 4 players. They're going to run towards the secret area. Dupree can't connect the shots. He actually takes a bullet to the face, and now it's up to Glaive to try and deny the plant.
Good shot from Glaive. Catches Nitro. Second one that was jumping across. He goes for a little bit more, but it's Zipix that comes into the fold as he rotates on that information. An awkward exchange. He couldn't get the headshot. And actually now is Liquid's advantage. Glaive, expecting that they were going to work through control room, doesn't even consider decontamination to allow Twist the kill. And Naf, that is punishing. Catches out Device. 9-7 chance, perhaps, I say, with bated breath, based on what we've seen to go 9-9.
Amazing stuff there. Pretty avant-garde strategy from Liquid. No smokes outside. The flashbang is deployed, and they all run towards the secret steps. And some awkward exchanges, I have to say. Zipex certainly should have picked up a kill here, but Twist looking so sharp, along with Nafly as well. Great shot to finish things off there. The rush towards lower, the quick plan, and it's interesting the way the map's developing. When we first saw this iteration of new map, we both said lower bomb site's insane right now, but you're really seeing it being realized at this point when both teams just focus on it every round so far on the T side pretty much. As Glaive heads towards lower, it is a force buy. They are going to have CZs on 4 players, Device with the scouts. And for now, focusing on the rifles, Liquid 2 AKs and a Galil, a couple of SMGs to brawl it up front. Just waiting now. Can Astralis pull off the same sort of heroics as Team Liquid?
So they'll set up for Outer. Certainly playing it slowly. It's Nitro. Unsure of where to line up the smoke. Guys, where is it?
It's got to be around this.
Do you remember when Nuke came back into the pool? We were casting in G2 one game, and Smiths was running around positioning everyone manually. Like, okay, you stand right here. You see this? Now, next person.
Indeed. Different times.
Very different times.
Well, Glaive to defend a ramp first. Makes a little bit of noise here. He's trying to bait in his teammate there. You can see it's Zipex on the left-hand side. They're trying to work together. First kill successful for the CTs. It's all falling apart.
Wow.
Ramp is the tightest choke point on the map. Got to be very careful up against those CZ. Zipex! He'll find the bomb. 3 versus 2 now. 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a nightmare for Team Liquid. Where do they go from this?
They have to go upper. Naf knows it as well. He backs away. There's no chance they get by the choke points that ramp further down below, and they head, that direction. Clever. Didn't expect that to go through the vents. That'll put them in position. That is massive because Glaive's left with 18. But do they know he's this close? Headshot all too easy. Naf slowing down once more. 6 seconds. He has to get on the plant now. Immediately can't do it. He's off. Round is lost, and they know it. As soon as the shot is fired, Dupree backs off. Astralis.
Wow.
And after the time, will pick up the round.
Have you ever seen anything like it? They go towards ramp, and I can't say that's advised, Matt. You can see this is a great setup, sure, but going through that choke point in multiple players slowly as well, they've got no utility, nothing going through. They could even smoke to the left just to eradicate some of the risk. They go one by one, get punished, their attention taken away by the 2 CT players waiting on the other side. It swings in back in favor of Astralis as they take double digits first, but of course, Team Liquid going to be buying up those deagles. The CZ once again. Nap keeps his money a little bit stronger, but Taco already in the hub now, waiting for a CT to push forward and make a mistake.
Device waiting for aggression. Doesn't give him much for information, but he's fine with that. Knows he's against pistols. So chances are, if they are outside, there's going to be a swarm of them. Killer bees. Magisk tries to fire in. Taco jumps away. Just barely gets away on 20 HP. X-ray slightly misleading because remember it's on the exterior of the body, meaning it looks like it was almost Elijah's head in the crosshair for a Device, but not quite. Now it will be, and no mistake made. Very accurate. Nikolai Leon's one looks toward the red box, knows that they're going to be out there. Steady it with his accuracy. Had to calm it down that time, but took the time to do so. Took very little damage in the meantime, and Dupree either way will rotate over. That's a little more damage. Good shot from Nitro. Again, Deagles showing that they can be menacing. It's all Taco, however. And a 1 versus 4, this is Astralis all day. 7-11. There's no way that we can possibly pull this back.
We've said that a few times.
I know. I just wanted to make sure it was very clear.
Yeah, so at that point I think it was safe. I have to say though, Astralis to me looked like the more tactical squad, well-rounded. It's just Liquid. Their individual skill is just off the charts right now. It really has been impressive. Mirage coming up next, and that's a map where you can really showcase some of your individual stars. That's going to be great as well. But for now, it's going to be full eco for Liquid. They're 11-7 down. Can't really justify much more than a couple of deagles once again. Astralis looking for 12, and presumably the map as well. The fact they're on the CT side and got this sort of lead is going to take an absolute miracle for Liquid to grind out rounds to even catch up with Astralis at this point.
Device again holding true. Man, oh man. The amount of situations so far in this game that could have gone either way in the first half. We're just settling in finally, perhaps, to a rhythm. As Device controls outer, once again, it'll be the rotation from this time Glaive, not Dupree, but from the CTs towards Secrets. That's That's one thing I will say. Astralis is going to be swift on rotations. Their communication has been excellent as a team forever. And on CT side, watch for that swing position. Taco played ramp, and they had a player outside. They didn't have anyone that was being dynamic to get to secret quick enough. Twist tried it, but remember how aggressive he was upper. He couldn't get through vents quick enough.
While Astralis will bring out the AWP for the first time, it's Device. I said a map like Nuki can be contained. He hasn't had one of those show-stopping games. He's actually 11 and 13. He's bottom of the charts for Astralis, which makes sense. It's not a map that lends itself for AWPers, but on the CT side, you can have an easier time. You can actually get involved and look to positions like this towards the boost. But if Liquid drop this one, 13-7 down, potential another eco against him, I feel like this could be the map. A lot on the line here in round number 20. As they hold up in the default for now. No one probing towards outside just yet. They're actually all in the lobby. Suggest they'll be doing something a little bit quicker than usual. They have no information the CTs are potentially backstabbing them outside. As they hold up, waiting for the smokes to dissipate, and I assume that will be their cue to go.
Jisk's position is certainly intriguing.
Here we go.
Dupree's going to watch off the door, sees the nades, tries to get out before they are ready with their weapons. After that, throwing the Molotovs and the smokes. It's a good play, but Jisk only gets one. Great response from Twist, but he's not ready. Glaive, he actually gets one, follows it through, but Knap's Molotov, it still leaves us with just Nitro, and he's left with 12 HP. Device controls the angle. It's an op, however. If he misses one shot, Nitro certainly comes to control the situation. Now, the advantage for Device is what I mentioned. He's upper, he can rotate, he can get off of it, and Nitro's going to make the right call, go back and get the bomb so he can play this as a true one-on-one instead of trying to gamble on it.
Now Device, he'll be hopefully picking up the rifle at this point. He does not want the AWP in this particular scenario. There it is, finds the AK. Now he has a huge advantage, but Nitro with a nice swift play towards a ladder.
I think he may have heard him draw because he looked toward, this is brilliant from Device. He's just standing and waiting. No way he gets in. Crosshairs.
Oh, no, wait!
Crosshairs. Oh, Nitro. He looked through and perhaps got a read that something wasn't right as he turned back. I think he heard him drop the first time because he looked toward the garage door to get a sound cue. Either way, he now gets the plant. It's 11 seconds, but he gets it.
Oh my goodness, Nitro might have a slight advantage here now. He opens the doors just to bait out the sound cue, remains on the site.
And this is smart too because he knows there's no way the vents get back inside of the site directly, so he plays the catwalk. It gives him far more coverage. If the door's open, decontamination, we saw it closed as well. He knows exactly where Device is. Time on his side. Position as well, and Nitro, with brains better than brawn, takes down Device.
Really exciting situation there. We even built it up at the start. If Liquid lose that round, it could be the map in itself. Astralis give it away, even after successfully holding off this rush. It's down to Nitro in the 2 versus 1. He gets dinked in the process as Device picks up the AK-47. But like I said, I gave the advantage to Nitro at that point. As soon as he gets the bomb down and has that sound cue as well, sure, you might even think it's a bait, but you have to check every single corner at that point and ascertain where he could be. He assumed the ramp, swung out, looked towards that position, and Nitro just popped off his head, and there we have it. There is one more buy for Astralis here, but remember, Team Liquid win the round with only one player surviving again. They take a tactical timeout here, and there have to be compromises. Taco with the UMP, Nitro can afford to drop, I think, so he has done with the AK-47. It's a pretty decent buy overall, it's not too bad. There's no players on pistols for now, but Device has the AWP once again.
So Naf has caught up with Twist and Elige. That's your big 3 for Team Liquid. Taco and Nitro. Nitro with a great clutch. You can excuse him for that, an in-game leading, but Taco on 6. They still need more overall as a unit because everyone is firing on the Astralis side. Device has had impact, and he's the lowest fragger for them. That says something.
Yeah, it's just a map where the AWPers will always struggle, especially on the T side where he started. I'm hoping he puts on a bit of a clinic now and shows us how powerful he can be. But he normally warms up in the best of 3s. He gets better and better as we now enter round 21. Probing a little bit towards outside here. No one in the lobby really, just 4 players outside. Lining up their smokes. Glaive actually gets towards the terrorist crate there. He could cause some damage here. He's playing in front of the smokes, but the incendiary designed to push him back, and he actually takes considerable damage there. It didn't work out the way he wanted. It's a bit of a fake though, but he does spot outside and call that no one's there. Don't rotate towards lower. So at least Glaive gets that information after taking a bit of damage there. It wasn't all in vain.
Nade goes through, doesn't quite reach far enough. Taco's scratched by it, but Zipix now to play the ramp. and he's very good here.
Yes, in the ramp, you're aiming for one kill. You don't have to find one, you just want to be dropping down towards lower, playing the numbers. Device, he should have had the same mentality. One was enough, falling back, give them ramp. Sure, it's a great position to have on the T side, but now you've equalized it, which maybe not on this map favors the terrorists, but generally speaking, in Counter-Strike, a trade does. Dupree, though, this is fantastic. Gets the bomb down towards lobby. Still 30 seconds, the T's can recover here, but this kill might decide it. Nafly has to take him down.
Twist is out, though. He's on the other side of this, and immediately gets a trade from Nitro, at the very least, as he swings all the way around. Excuse me, I thought it was Twist as well. He's still there. He's behind the box. Bomb to be planted. Twist has to cover multiple angles, and he doesn't look toward heaven. His head is... He's going to be standing wide open for Glaive. Nade was at the ready, but Magis gets the shot directly. Nitro again, 1 versus 3, and timing not really on his side as he doesn't check upper. Glaive's going to wait it out. Wants the information to do headshot on the first. Nearly got the angle towards Zipex as well.
Zipex pounces. That's what we call a trade kill. You eradicate his chances of 180 and having a chance to reposition, recalculate the situation. Zipex plays that perfectly there. Jumps on, you can see exactly how that works out for him. The bomb gets planted though. Team Liquid have a bit of a lifeline in that respect, but it would be another force buy. Dupree, this was the play that saved the round. You've got 30 seconds left. You've pushed through towards that lobby. You get the bomb down. Your players can now rotate off that information. Magis, nice little spray down there. And this is the pounce I'm talking about. Do not let Nitro get comfortable. They are going to force buy. It's not looking too good for Liquid. 13-8 down. 3 pistols, 1 SMG. Nitro, one of the lowest fragging players for the squad so far, will be on the AK-47. Could be the hot rush here. All or nothing, boys. Out they go. And will Magis spray them down? It's looking very good so far. He gets 2, but Taco keeps the dream alive. But maybe not for long. Naf. And indeed, Taco, half HP in a 4 versus 2.
No one yet toward heaven. There was a chance they actually could have committed to the bomb plant. They didn't know it, and Taco doesn't. Goes out, good find. Catches out Glaive, upgrade to the M4. Unfortunately, in him doing that, he left Naf to his own devices, and those were not strong enough. As he falls down, it's now a 1 versus 3. Taco, trying to rotate down towards Secret, is not at all going to be expecting devices rotating, and we're seeing it. This is the dynamic play from Astralis. They are everywhere. They are 1 step ahead on their rotations.
Excellent work. And that's 14-8, $1,900 per player on the Liquid side. I'm not even sure what you would say in the tactical timeout at this point. 1 round away from map point for the Danes, one of the absolute favorites in this tournament. And it doesn't look like the force buy is coming through, Matt. They're going to have to try and win 7 rounds in a row on the terrorist side to go to overtime. I just don't see a world where that happens, but I've been flabbergasted so far in this particular map. I'm sure it's got a few more twists and turns yet.
Good play from Glaive, seen as we saw from Elige in the first half. Spray gets there in the end on Naf. And all under control, goes quiet for the moment because Pistol's not able to find ground. Bit of a dink toward Glaive, 31 HP, but it doesn't matter. All 5 staying alive. It is map point for Astralis. Mirage is next. And if required, Dust 2.
And Astralis have been a little bit shaky on Mirage as of late, so there's definitely still a chance. I want Dust 2. That's where these arenas come to life properly. Yeah, fast-paced, exciting Counter-Strike. 2 of these teams very well versed on it. That would be electric if we get there. But Liquid now, like we said, 7 rounds in a row. We'll see whether it's possible. Just to note, Astralis got 3 players on 20+ kills. That's Zipex, Magis, and Glaive. That's pretty remarkable. Just to note as well, Dupree on 18, Device on 14. What a great team effort it's been. Scoreline doesn't do the game justice so far. It's been epic, I have to say. Some of the moments have been electrifying. This could be no different. Dupree trying to finish things off in style here. Gets the double spray down. That's going to be it. Astralis are taking the first map. Poor old Naf left in a 5 versus 1. Nothing he can do. Just padding stats at this point. They've got the bomb. They're being relentless, and there we go. Amazing performance there. Great game, Matt.
What a hold at the door, Dupree. That's the perfect position. They want to jump through and try and trade off of it. It's the one angle that's too close to respond. That is a fantastic game. You're right. Score does not do that justice.